In this presentation, we will be discussing the subject of anointing of the sick, that person who is in search of healing. So first of all, we begin with some general sacramental requirements. Every sacrament in the church is only for human persons. No animals are allowed. Secondarily, they must be living human persons. That's, of course, especially required here, where this sacrament is often given towards the end of someone's life, but they still must be alive. And last but not least, they must be baptized. As with all other sacraments, though there may be additional requirements, at the very least, the person has to be baptized because baptism is the gateway sacrament. And so they must be a baptized person to receive this sacrament. Now, in addition to these general sacramental requirements, there are some that are specific to this sacrament. Like confirmation and a couple of other sacraments, they must be at the age of reason, right? Since they are at the age of reason, they are required to request this sacrament. Okay, so the person must be of sound mind and request the sacrament. It is not something that can be forced upon someone. They must will and choose this sacrament. There's usually no catechesis, however, involved for this sacrament. The danger of death. Okay, this is a sacrament that is only given when someone is gravely ill. All right, in order to be ill, you must be sick. You must have some kind of sickness, but not just any kind of sickness. You must be gravely ill. Now, gravely means they begin to be in danger of death. Not necessarily that the person is at the point of death, but to be gravely ill means that they have a sickness or illness that is serious and is potential. It has the potential of making someone in danger of death. Now, the source of this illness can be kind of two things. One, a legitimate sickness, some kind of virus or disease or other kind of ailment, or it could just be old age. The breakdown of the body and the decay over time can bring about situations in which someone begins to be in danger of death. Now, in addition to these two things, a serious operation that is geared towards aiding someone in the recovery of health or into the sustaining of further life would also be an opportunity to receive this sacrament. And here we mean a serious operation, not something like a teeth cleaning or drilling or something like that, not something minor. We are looking at a serious operation. Now, this sacrament can be repeated. This is one of the sacraments of the church that can be repeated. So, the conditions under which it can be repeated are as follows. If a person receives this sacrament and by the grace of God they recover, they become healed from their illness, well, it's very possible that they could down the road become sick again. And in that case, they could receive the sacrament again. However, if someone does not recover, it's possible that their current condition could get worse. It could go from, slightly bad to very grave. And if the condition significantly worsens, that would be an opportunity to receive the sacrament again. Another situation would be, in addition to their illness, they contract another virus or disease, or something else happens that puts their overall condition in a more serious, grave circumstance. That would be an opportunity to receive the sacrament. Now, under the rubrics of the church, if there's reasonable doubt in certain situations, the church says go ahead and anoint someone. So let's look at some of those possibilities. Let's say a child, someone about 6, 7, 8 years old, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, is very gravely ill. We're just not sure if they've actually attained the age of reason or not. The church recommends in that case, we're going to err on the side of reasonable doubt and go ahead and anoint that person, even though you must have reasoning capacity. What if we don't really know if someone is gravely ill? They're sick, but they're maybe not in danger of death. Well, that's reasonable doubt. We'll go ahead and anoint someone. Death. It can be very hard to determine when someone is actually dead, especially if they're on a ventilator or on life support. The church does err on the side of reasonable doubt. Go ahead and anoint just in case. Also, the loss of sanity. The person must have implicitly requested this sacrament while they were sane. However, if it's evident that someone wants to persevere in grave sin, and it's clear to the priest, they will not anoint someone.